Okay, I guess
Oh,
the
there you go.
race starts.
Alibaba starts, so
Yeah.
and they
Alibaba
should sync up.
using in-game time, which is very unfortunate. Alibaba, you should have changed that.
Ooh. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I mean,
Oh well,
it
they're
should be
both
fine.
leaving Asylum.
Indeed. Good luck to both runners.
Good luck to both. So one thing to notice straight away is that Alibaba has picked the black fire bombs as his gift. And what this allows him to do is take out the Asylum Demon a little faster than Bolt will be able to. Because Alibaba can just throw 5 bombs at the Asylum Demon and take him out on the first encounter. While Bolt will have to fight him on the second encounter like you usually have to.
Yeah, which is definitely slower, but Bolt has the Master Key as a starting gift, which makes it possible for him to use the shortcut to Blighttown, and Alibaba in return has to do the Blighttown skip, which utilizes fall control and is pretty difficult, I would say.
Yeah, that's definitely not an easy one to learn, but you can master it and you can get consistent at it. And we'll see how he does when we get there. Yeah, there's definitely trade-offs for what you pick on the start.
Yeah, definitely. I think
A
in
faster
general,
Asylum here gets made up for with faster parts elsewhere.
yeah, also more safe parts. So Bolt can't really fail the shortcut to Quaylak, I would say. Whereas Alibaba can, there's definitely a chance that Blighttown skip might cause him issues.
Yeah, and how much time does it lose if you fail it? Because you need to do the seal skip again, walk all the way over there.
Yeah, I
It'd be
mean,
quite significant.
if you die, that's probably 3 to 4 minutes RTA, honestly.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised. Especially with all the quit outs, which are way more punishing when you're using real time.
Yeah. Also, one thing I want to mention, because I'm not sure it has been mentioned, Bolt is actually running on a Windows virtual machine on his MacBook or on his Mac, and on that he installed Dark Souls. So he's one crazy man to
Wow,
walk on this earth.
that's I
That's
did not
pretty.
know that. That's pretty
Yeah.
interesting. And both players here quit out at the door. And real time, it's actually faster to just wait out the animation. But players are so used to, quitting out there to save in-game time.
Yeah. Interesting. Bolt going for the fire bombs already, probably for the merchant snipe.
Yeah.
Since he didn't pick up the black fire bombs and still wants to kill the merchant in a much faster fashion. He
And it
has to
takes
pick up.
3 regular bombs, I think.
Yeah. And only 2 black fire bombs, which will be faster and also easier to do. Because when you use normal fire bombs, you actually have to aim the third fire bomb somewhat different, a bit higher. And that can be difficult to learn, but I think he has it down. So
what Alibaba's doing here is he's using those fire bombs to snipe the merchant that sits over there. And by killing him, you can drop some of the items which you'd otherwise have. So he's got the residence key here, which will let him access Griggs, who's in a house down in Lower Blighttown, Lower Underberg, which he's now skipped down to. Also, he did the plunge there. Did you notice that?
yeah. I think he attempted it. He still got damaged, didn't he?
Yeah, I think actually, I thought he didn't.
Maybe I didn't actually. I was watching Bolt kill
I looked over the Bolt as well.
also,
so Bolt's going for the same skip here.
Yeah. One thing I want to mention is that Alibaba was kind of scared of the Lower Underberg skip because last race he really failed it quite a lot. And he's probably really relieved that he managed to get it first try this time.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if he practiced it a lot.
Yeah. I mean, definitely understandable. So
there's a lot of quitting out here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so a lot of quitting out that happens here in Lower Underberg because it's not a very friendly place to be. You notice the dogs here nipping at you. There's the knife-wielding bandits which can backstab you. And it's generally safer to reset the game and quit out because when you do that, all the enemies go to their initial position again. So if you can quit out fast enough, it's like just resetting all the enemies, so they have to walk up to you again, and it just makes it safer. But of course, it loses you a lot of real time, which is not as punishing when you're using in-game time.
Yeah, definitely. RTA-wise, Equidad is, I think, about 6 seconds, maybe 7. And in-game time, you only lose 2 seconds because of the stand-up animation for Quiddouts. Oh, he actually
so
quit out too
Alibaba.
early.
Yeah. Oh, Bolt not quitting out on the door there. Usually you quit out on the door there just to be extra safe, but he's going for it. He's confident.
I think he actually quit out before on the stairs.
Oh, I missed that. Okay.
Oh, getting punished by the hollows. Yeah, you probably wanted to mention Gold Pine Resin there.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He's picking up the gold. Both players picking up the Gold Pine Resin here. Do you want to explain that?
Sure. So Gold Pine Resin adds a flat 150 lightning damage to your weapon, which makes, especially in the beginning, fighting this boss, Taurus Demon, and obtaining the Drake Sword, which you will see in like 30 seconds, a much easier task. It is not used afterwards in the run, but it can also be used as a backup if you, for example, have to fight gargoyles or something like that. Very convenient pickup there because it's pretty much on path and speeds up a lot of the next 2 minutes.
Yeah. So that's Taurus Demon taken down for Alibaba. Bolt's about to do it. Just 2 more hits, we can get it in. And there we go. So you'll notice Alibaba taking out the dragon's, the Hellkite Drake's tail here, getting the Drake Sword.
Yeah, this is used to fight, for example, the Iron Golem in this case, because it has a flat, I believe, 200 damage to it, something like that. It doesn't scale,
yeah, I think that's it.
But it is a pretty good weapon for the beginning because you can two-hand it with 12 strength, I believe, and it deals 200 damage per hit, so that's pretty good.
And there's no scaling to it, but you don't need the scaling because you don't have any stats anyway, so it's just a very strong early game weapon. Makes sense to pick up. And in the speed run, you can cut the tail very efficiently, like you see there, firing the bow to make sure he lands on the bridge, running up, cutting it off in 3 strikes.
There's also a possibility to use the Maeldrake or Rapier in that case, which is slightly faster but also somewhat more inconsistent because you can actually pass through the tail and then have to turn around and hit it, and can be very finicky.
Yeah, and if you take too long, he'll start to like fly up and shoot fire down at you, which is not easy to avoid.
Yeah, definitely.
So both players now taking the Underparish Bonfire.
Yeah, this will be used in various cases. I think they're definitely gonna bone there later on, or warp there rather. Boning is what you call the homeward bone, where you warp to the bonfire you last rested at. But they're gonna warp there to eventually get to Sith and Butterfly and Hydra, and then later to the DLC.
Yeah.
Also, it's right next to a blacksmith, which is always nice.
Yeah, definitely. Andre is a very useful blacksmith, very memorable in the game. So yeah, Alibaba, he's heading off to the gargoyles now. He's getting hit by the hollows, but he made it through the room, he survived. It can be quite painful getting through there. We'll see if Bolt can manage, because there are many hollows, and although they may seem weak, they can deal a lot of damage, especially when buffed by the channeler that's there. That's all the blue lines that surrounds them there.
Yeah. To answer a quick question from the chat, there are, for each route, there are 4 main routes, I would say. Any percent force quit, any percent no wrong warp, and then all bosses. There are also routes like all achievements, but they're a lot less run, or any percent, or NG plus any percent force quit. I am sorry. Which my dear co-commentator is, I believe, the world record holder.
That is true, and it's it's a bit of a meme. We'll put it that way.
It's a very interesting run to watch, though.
So one thing that we should definitely commentate on here is that you notice that they did a running attack with the Drake Sword and had managed to hit twice. And I'm not sure if you know the moveset of the Drake Sword, but that's not the regular running attack. And what's happening here is a glitch called Move Swap. And the way this works, and it works through the whole run, it's a very popular glitch in speedrunning, where you put a bow in the left hand and you put some weapon you like the running attack of in the right hand, like a Mail Breaker, which has a running attack that hits twice. And you queue up two-handing the bow. And while you're doing that, you do some action, and then you switch the bow to a different weapon. And that causes you to two-hand that weapon in your left hand, which is something that's not supposed to happen. And what the game does is it takes the running and rolling and backstep attacks of the move of the right-hand weapon while using the damage of the left hand. So you're able to move swap the Drake Sword there with the moveset of the Mail Breaker, which is very strong.
Yeah, definitely having a really strong and big and it's always weird to talk about the Dragon Tooth, but the Dragon Tooth is just a very strong weapon, and being able to attack twice in such a fast manner is just...
Yeah, it looks very silly with the Dragon Tooth. This giant weapon, you're just stabbing them with it.
It actually looks pretty decent with the Black Knight Greatsword. Not nearly as unreasonable as it does with the Dragon Tooth.
It still would be very difficult to hold that. Oh, Bolt managed to not jump there doing the flower skip. That's alright. Quit out though. The flower skip being...
actually not that easy.
It's not. You jump down on that precise rock there and then you roll off. And it saves you a bit of time getting down to the Valley of the Drakes.
I think it's not really, it's like 4 or 5 seconds, something like that. Not really much, but a lot of people or a lot of runners do it even if they probably wouldn't have to with their current PBs. But it just looks so cool, and if it works, it's just a nice feeling.
There's a lot of skips like that that really entice you. These like really tricky skips, like the Tomb of the Giants Foggate skip is one.
Yeah.
Which is really difficult to do, but if you can pull it off, it's just so satisfying that you want to incorporate it into your runs, even though realistically, it's probably not the best idea if your time isn't really amazing.
Or something like Namarafters, which is theoretically only saves like 1 second or something, but still people go for it because it just looks cool, and I guess if you get it, it's actually a bit safer than running through the complete rafters.
Yeah. Well, actually, if you do the Nami Rafters, I've done it a few times. It seems like there's a painted guardian down the stairs which can aggro onto you.
Oh, yeah.
And that can be stuff you up a bit. Anyway, Alibaba here is about to do Sen's Gate Skip. Do you want to explain that one?
Sure. So Sen's Gate Skip, usually you have to ring both Bells of Awakening. One is after Quillag, and one is after the Gargoyles, which they already both killed. They didn't face Quillag yet. Actually, they will face Quillag quite late into the run.
Ooh.
And, oh, Alibaba.
Alibaba was too low there on his parry.
Yeah. So you have to be on this pretty specific point on the stairs where you parry an enemy and then riposte them. And during the riposte animation, as I understood it, you get pushed back through the wall, more or less. And
yeah, you enter like the death cam.
Yeah,
but you don't actually die.
Your character touches the death cam radius of the kill box, I guess, which is slightly bigger than the kill box itself. So you don't die instantly, unless you're not in the perfect spot, I guess, as you could saw in Alibaba's run. But yeah, that makes it possible that the camera gets stuck and no other assets than the ones you're currently in will be loaded. So for example, the gate to Sen's Fortress is just not there. You can run past it and then quit out to load the assets again and be in Sen's Fortress without ringing either Bell of Awakening, actually.
Yeah, it's a very cool skip, and you can see both players doing this. And one thing to note is it's hard to actually control your character while you're in this death camp. The inputs get really stuffed up, and if you try to move in one direction, you'll move in some unexpected direction. And the most consistent way most players use is actually on the keyboard. So you hold W and you sort of pivot with the A and D keys. So it's sort of like tank controls. And by doing that, you can do a consistent way of moving around in that mode.
Yeah, it's if you manage to get down the keyboard controls, it's actually not too bad anymore. You just have to get used to where you have to walk out of under parish, because otherwise you will be stuck next to the bonfire or walk down to Andre, and that's just not fun. Also, Bolt, because of Alibaba's death, managed to catch up quite a bit. Now he's gonna free Logan, an NPC which will sell magic, which he will
what happened there? You noticed he used the Drake sword there to break down the wall, and it looked a bit ridiculous. But what's happening is there's a boulder that's meant to come down. You're supposed to later on in Sen's Fortress redirect the boulder trap so it falls that way and breaks through the wall. But by doing that, you can just sort of skip your way through, and you notice the Snake Man leaning against the invisible wall there.
Yeah, quite nice. He got abs of I don't know. He's really really a sportsman.
Yeah.
Okay, so Alibaba set up RTSR. I think Bolt is gonna do it the same way. Oh, RTSR is probably something we can explain as well.
Ah, yes, of course. So yeah, Red Tearstone Ring. It's what it is. We call it RTSR. For the sake of commentary, we can just call it Red Tearstone Ring because it has the same amount of syllables. It's just written down that RTSR makes more sense. But what it is when you're below 20% of your health, or below or equal to 20% of your health, you up your damage output by a whole 50%, which is as broken as it sounds.
Yeah. It's
so
pretty much
combined
a good
with move swap, right? So you got the move swap, which already hits twice, and each of those hits deals an extra 50% damage. Your damage output gets pretty insane.
Indeed. But then again, it's also the definition of risk and reward, because you die through every hit that a boss can deal, basically.
Exactly.
But you also kill them much faster, so if you don't get hit, it's great. If you get hit, you lose a lot of time.
Yeah, it's a trade-off. I've seen some players in this tournament just not even using RTSR for a lot of fights, and it's been paying off for them because they can just tank some hits. It's a bit slower, but it's more consistent, and in a tournament, you can have to make these bets.
Indeed.
So Iron Golem, the way they take down Iron Golem here, you'll notice is they stagger him. So it takes an amount. Don't remember the amount of damage to quite stagger. It's like you've got to hit a certain amount of damage below the knee, 400 below the knee, and then the Iron Golem will stagger. And if you stagger him at the right angle and then hit him again, he falls backwards. And again, if he's at the right angle, he would fall off the bridge here. So there he is staggered on the right angle. One more hit, and he's off camera, but he fell off the bridge, and that's a quick and easy way to take out Iron Golem.
Which is actually, Bolt going for a risk.
Yeah,
okay,
close.
He made the firebomb cycle. That was quite close indeed. Alibaba decided not to take the safety bonfire in Analondo. So let's hope Rafters isn't too bad for him.
Jeez, yeah, this is risky. In fact, there's something that can just happen that's out of your control here. The painting guardians here, they can throw knives at you. They can backstab you too. You get a vacuum backstab.
Oh, these things. I mean, with full life, I feel like he doesn't die even if he gets hit by 2 knives. Yeah, he didn't get hit by any knife yet. I mean, I hope he doesn't get... I don't want to jinx.
I think he's basically okay now. It's basically on the ladder, which is the main problem.
Yeah.
Oh, Nami Rafters!
Oh. Well,
see, that's what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
That saved, like, basically no time.
And he failed it, so it even lost him time. But it's still, I mean, if it works, it's pretty cool. And he might, I'm not sure if he watches Bolt's stream, for example. But if he does, you know that he's ahead. And he's probably quite confident in himself that he might win, or that he will win. So he decided to go for these silly but fun strats. Sadly,
yeah, Bolt playing a bit safer here. He took the actual Analondo bonfire.
Yeah. Sadly, he can't do fiber jump in this round. So
yeah, that's unfortunate.
What a bummer.
I don't know Bolt's route very well. Is it possible he could do Fiber Jump?
I don't think so. I guess he will also get the Dark Moon Bonfire. Wait, is it? I think it's Dark Moon Bonfire, right?
Yeah, Dark Moon Tomb.
Oh, Dark Moon Tomb. Yeah, right. I think he will also get that one. He still probably wants to get the... Huh. I'm not familiar with this route.
Yeah, we'll see, we'll see. If he turns it twice, we'll know.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, okay. Realization and straight after that, resignation or something like that.
Yeah.
He didn't go for Fiber Jump. So Fiber Jump is if you turn the valve once and move down the elevator just one floor, I guess, you can jump over the railing to save another 1 second or something. And another one of those pretty cool but really unnecessary things.
Yeah. And if you go for both Nami Rafters and Fiber Jump, rumor has it you save 30 minutes.
Yeah. Also, both of these runners now facing one of the hardest parts in Anolondo. The path to the next bonfire, also to the Dragon Tooth. It's guarded by sentinels, lightning demons, silver archers. There's a whole bunch of stuff which wants to kill you. And also pretty close or narrow path, I would say.
Yeah. Pathing is very tight. And it's the archer to the left of Alibaba here could hit him from behind while he's running this way. And with the lightning spear batwing demons down there, the main way people usually avoid them is via a audio cue. So keep your ears peeled and sort of listen out for the sound they make when they throw their spears, and use that to know when to dodge.
Yeah. Other possibilities are turning the camera, which is said to be less how do you say that? People that
the
are
camera
very
is...
It's the more noob friendly way, maybe.
Sure. The peach strat.
Yeah. I actually do that, so I'm just more comfortable with that than actually listening for the sound cue.
Sure.
Alright, so now they picked up both the Dragon Tooth and walked back to the safety bonfire in front of ONS, which is hopefully not needed, but still a very wise decision.
Very wise
ONS
decision.
Is nonetheless a very difficult boss.
Yeah. A lot can go wrong.
Yeah.
And so they picked up the Dragon Tooth, and they're going to use Move Swap, again, what we explained earlier with the Drake Sword, but now with the Dragon's Tooth, which is going to look it's going to have a lot of damage, it's going to look a bit silly, and hopefully both players will take out ONS very quickly.
So, just to give you like an expectation for this fight, Ornstein usually dies within 2 hits. If you remember your casual playthrough, or if you never played this game before, 2 hits is not a lot. So as you could see, it's roughly 1000 damage per running attack, and Bolt sadly died because he missed 1 attack.
Yeah.
That's very unfortunate. Alibaba got
Alibaba.
the kill, but the shovel... Oh, he managed to roll the shovel. Yeah, very good.
Wow, nice.
Alright, nicely done from Alibaba. He will most likely beat them now, because Smo is just, most of the time, staggering. I wonder why he ran past him. Oh, he wants to get close to the elevator. He wants to get to the elevator, but Smo isn't having his idea.
Yeah. But
So
so in the second phase here, you notice you can just stun lock him indefinitely. Because 2 hits of the Dragon Tooth, that's enough to stagger. So the running attack deals 2 hits, you just do run attack after run attack, and there's nothing Smo can do.
This is pretty much true for every strength weapon. For example, BKGS, the Black Knight Greatsword, also staggers into hits, so does the Great Club. So a lot of routes can utilize this strategy. Any percent... Oh, Bolt sadly getting the R1. That's unfortunate. Yeah, he didn't run long enough to get the running attack, actually. The only category that can't utilize this stagger is actually any percent no wrong warp, because it utilizes the BKH, which only staggers Smo in 3 hits.
That's right. That's right. So it's a bit more difficult to take out the phase 2.
Definitely, yeah. Both runners actually very consistent at move swap, which is not an easy thing to do. So
definitely not.
You're gonna respect that they are in the tournament race, and I think both of them nailed move swap every time now.
Now, move swap is not just about being fast. It looks like you'd think that those inputs just need to happen quickly, but in reality, there's a real rhythm to it. If you go just too slow, it ends up so you just don't two-handed. And if you go too fast, you end up swinging with the weapon in your left hand. And of course, you don't have strength for it, so you do this long animation of you swinging it around and waste a lot of time.
Yeah.
And there's also just a menu delay, which is the main problem. When you open the menu initially, if you do the input straight away, it will not register. So you've got to know the exact gap before you do the rest of your inputs. So it's quite precise.
Yeah. Both most likely managed to kill Ornstein and Smono, only 1 hit left, and he did it nice. Meanwhile, Alibaba actually took out Gwendolyn, which is the next route. Set up RTSR during the boss fight, very consistent, but also still scary, because it does stagger you. And he's gonna buy Fall Control, Great Heavy Soul Arrow, I think, yeah. The Sorcerer Catalyst and Bellowing Dragon Crest Ring. Ring increases your spell damage. Fall Control is used throughout various places of the run, and Great Heavy Soul Arrow is used for Butterfly. Nothing else?
Yeah. And that's Analondo done for Bolt. Oh, not yet. He'll have to return at one point. But yeah, Gwendolyn is a boss which is Gwendolyn is very RNG heavy, so it's a lot of randomness involved with that boss. There's a lot of attacks he can do which just sort of waste time for you. There's these blue missiles will send multiple out at a time, and when he does that, you just sort of got to hide behind the pillar, waiting for the right attack. So it's not the most fun when speedrunning that guy.
Yeah, definitely. Can be very annoying to lose time to bad RNG. Also, Alibaba going to Stray Demon now. He set up RTSR with 2 dupes on Gwendolyn's Soul, and then rolled off the elevator.
Yep.
First time he failed move swap now, I think, which is definitely fine. Hopefully he doesn't get too stressed, because these torch hollows can be very worrisome.
Yeah. When I did a flail attack of the torch, you're a goner.
Yeah. Even if you have full life, I think if they manage to stagger you, you're pretty much instantly dead.
So Stray Demon is a little bit different from the Asylum Demon. I mean, visually he's the same, just a bit bigger, but he's got some different attacks with the magic bomb you can throw in front of him, and he's got a lot of health.
Yeah.
So it just takes a bunch of these running attacks with the Dragon Tooth, and he'll take him out easily, just like that.
He has like 8 times the amount of health.
Yeah. Significant.
Also, Bolt making his way to Twilight now. Also, he most likely wants to utilize quantity storage, I think. Which is gonna be interesting.
Ah, yes, probably.
Oh, Alibaba getting the Black Knight sword, which usually messes up your menu in this route, which is why it's also called Bully Knight sword, and he gets rid of it immediately.
It's a 20% drop chance that happens, so it's not that likely, but it can happen.
Oh man, a giant fall control plunge from
I like that one a lot. That's always a cool one.
That's a pretty good one. So, okay, first of all, fall control usually prevents falling damage from non-lethal falls. So you don't get any damage if you fall, let's say, 20 feet or something like that. But this fall was clearly longer than that. So he combined it with another strategy, which is called plunge fall. What is the strategy actually called?
It's just called plunges. We just call them plunges, which is an intended mechanic, but it's used in an unintended way. So the plunges, I can explain sort of how it works for the non-full control version, where you plunge sort of an edge and it interrupts your falling animation in a way that you're allowed to do a roll in the middle of the air. And if you time it right, you can roll in a way that you iframe the fall damage. So there's a few skips where you plunge down and drop far and then roll the damage. It looks scary, but they're quite cool. But also, you can do what Bolt did here with the fall control, which I'm not sure why this one works. Where you equip fall control when you do a plunge, but instead of rolling, you just don't do any inputs. You just sit on it and you'll just survive.
Yeah, just wait it out, basically.
Yeah.
Alright, so Bolt making quick work of Quelaag. I think it's 6 running attacks with a Dragon Tooth plus 0 and 27 strength.
Yeah, pretty quick.
He didn't have a possibility because of the fall control plunge to set up RTSR, at least not in a somewhat fast way, I would say. So he just attacked her like that. Also, Alibaba killing this undead dragon because he needs the undead. Wait, no, the dragon scale, not the undead dragon scale.
Just the regular dragon scale. Oh!
Oh,
that can happen.
Yeah, he missed one of the run.
Yeah, killing that undead dragon on the bridge there is actually kind of precise. It's you gotta do it exactly where you gotta do that first running attack, you gotta do the second, you gotta do the single hit, and the final running attack. And if you miss any of that, or if you don't time it right, it'll just run over you.
Yeah, and that's actually very precise stamina management there, to manage to kill him before he rushes forward and just demolishes you.
Yeah.
So really, you can't blame Alibaba for dying at that point, because it's just very precise and it can happen that you miss one of the attacks. I think it was during his second running attack that he just missed one of the attacks.
Yeah. So Bolt, he just picked up 999 arrows, and that's going to be useful for the quantity storage glitch, which we're going to see.
Yeah. Also, interestingly enough, he took the Daughter of Chaos bonfire, which you can warp to later on, instead of the Demon Ruins bonfire. And he didn't actually use quantity storage to dupe the soul of Quelaag yet to level up. I'm really not familiar with this route, sadly.
Yeah, I'm not sure where he does quantity storage. I just know he does, because he's got those arrows.
Yeah, he got... But, I mean, killed the... Oh, right, he can't... Now I know why. Okay, so he killed the merchant, he didn't get the bottomless box. So he only uses the arrows for quantity storage to buy a lot of soul spears, for example. He can't actually view Quelaag's soul multiple times.
That makes sense.
He doesn't have the Wait, he doesn't need the bottomless box for that. What am I talking about?
I mean, the bottomless box is needed to do the item duplications.
Yeah, but like upgrade materials or firebombs, not actually boss souls. I'm royally confused.
We will find out.
Yeah.
So here he is at Logan. Weissman's belt. Yep,
yeah,
here he's doing it.
Alright, yeah. That's quantity storage. Okay, so you can see the drop menu of the arrows. And this number is stored. Like the 999 arrows, this is stored. So the next time something with a confirmation box and the number pops up, I think it just overrides the number.
Yeah, basically. The gist of it is that you look at that drop menu and you queue up a bone or something while you go into the menu, and that selection yes or no menu comes up while you're in the other menu. And that just sort of confuses the game a bit. And by saying yes to that action while also buying something, you sort of bypass the how many would you like to buy stage. And because of that, it just chooses the last prompt of that sort it saw, which was the drop menu of 999. And so you're able to buy that many of that item.
Yeah. Or for example, as you can see now, you can just sell Quelaag's soul, for example, 999 times to friend, which gives him
a big number of souls.
Yeah, either like 10 million or 100 million or some absurd amount of souls, which makes him able to level to 99 intelligence and like 30 attunement or whatever. He can just level whatever he wants, basically. Also leveling 45 dex for good measure and casting speed.
Yeah, because why not? That's right, because
Yeah.
dexterity, when you get 45 dexterity, it increases your casting speed, basically. And that's useful for the 4 kings fight. And I wonder if he has a 1 king setup. Do you know if he does?
I'm pretty sure he should have if he have. I mean, he has RTSI, he has 99 intelligence, and he will have Darkbeat once he faces the
Yeah.
4 kings. I think it's just 3 Darkbeat casts or something like that.
Yeah, I think it is. I think 3 dark beads will do it.
Yeah. It's quite an interesting route, and I actually would consider this beginner friendly. You only have. I mean, you do have to know how to move swap in the beginning, but after that you just walk up to things and press R1. And dodge, obviously, which isn't always easy, but you know what I mean.
It's a very cool route, to be honest.
Yeah.
That's one thing which I really like about this whole tournament is how people are just running so many different routes, running their own things, running variations of existing things. It's really good to see.
Also very interesting that both Alibaba's and Bolt's route cross their path every now and then. Alibaba now going for Hydra as well, which will most likely be slower than Bolt's Hydra because Bolt can just fire one of his 32 Soul Spears and deal 1000 something damage because magic. It's magic.
Speaking of magic, you'll notice they did their full control plunges there, dropping off the edge instead of going down the ladder, which is much faster because when you just drop down the ladder, normally scaling down, it takes a good amount of time to hit the bottom. So falling like that and plunging is a significant save. Oh, it's a reasonable save.
Most definitely, yeah. Also, Alibaba having some troubles with the Hydra fight shouldn't be too bad, but it is somewhat finicky in the Mail Tracker route. You have to use 2 Great Heavy Soul Arrows and then 2 jumping attacks, I believe. Something like that. I think he got it back up, and yeah, now he got the Dragon Scale, which is also needed for the weapon upgrade, and the Duskcrown Ring, which will be used for RTSR setups later on.
So Bolt is running back now. I think he's going to go to Dusk's Summon Sign to buy some spells.
Yeah, I think he will get Hidden Body, and also he wants to talk to her to spawn her set once, or right before he enters the DLC.
Yes.
Because her crown actually enhances magic damage?
Yeah, it boosts the magic damage even further, which more solidifies the possibility of 1 king.
Yeah. I think it increases the damage by 20%, by yet another 20%, put it that way. But he also, I think, if magic damage is dealt him, it's also increased by 20%, which doesn't really matter because he's in RTSR range anyway, so...
Yeah, if he gets hit, he's dead regardless.
Indeed.
So Alibaba using the Knight there to get the Red Tear Stone set up for Sif. And that setup is a little bit infamous, because the Knight can give you like the wrong attacks a lot, and it's not the most consistent, but it's the best we've got. So it works.
Yeah.
I think Bolt is also heading off to doing the same thing, heading off to Sif.
Also using the consistent Knight, which isn't actually too consistent, but it's, yeah. I mean, it did work for both of them, so that's good. Also, Alibaba will have to face the risk of dying to chip damage, which isn't highly likely, but it is a possibility.
It can happen.
Sif, the upcoming boss, is a wolf, but he's also a cross with a bunny or something.
That is true.
Because he jumps around way too often. Bolt having the much safer strategy with magic and therefore long-range attack.
Yeah, but Sif, he is an annoying, or she is an annoying fight because of that jumping, and we'll see if we'll see any of that. But there's a jump, 1 jump. Oh, that's a scary attack there. The one with the quick swipe and jump back.
Yeah.
There's not much time to avoid that one, so you got to be on your toes.
Indeed. Also, this 360 swing is also scary because you can probably roll the first part of that, but can still get hit by the second, like the turn around of his sword.
Yeah.
But Alibaba making quick work of him. Oh, narrowly dodging.
That was
but
real
also
close.
making
But they
quick.
both make Sif. They get through Sif easily.
Yeah, both having a much faster fight because I believe he deals more damage now, and he also had probably a much safer fight with his long-range magic.
And this is where the players deviate again, where Bolt is now going to go do the Moonlight Butterfly. Well, Alibaba, I think, is going to head down to Quelaag, I believe.
No, 4 kings actually.
Oh, 4 Kings now?
Because
Of course,
he has
yeah,
to place
it
the
is 4
Lord
Kings.
Vessel, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay.
Alright, so 4 kings. He needs the ring that he just got from Sith, the Covenant of Artorias, to walk through the abyss. Law, by the way.
Just lore. It's all you need to know.
Yeah. Torres was the only, I think, the only person that was able to walk the abyss. And the 4 kings are basically, they live in the abyss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you
So
drop
that's
down
why you
there
need his
normally,
ring.
if you don't have the Covenant of Artorias equipped, you'll just get consumed by the abyss, and you'll get a special death message to say that. And you can't fight the 4 Kings when you're dead, so
Indeed.
it's pretty needed. And now we're going to see Seal Skip.
Yeah, he also utilizes fall control here, which makes Seal Skip quite a bit easier, I would say.
Yeah.
So you just jump into the water and then you land on something and you quit out. And yeah,
It's that easy.
so you're
And
in
now
the
he's
water
out
and
of
can walk.
bounds underneath the water, but you can still walk around freely. There's collision at some places, not everywhere. You'll notice he probably just walks through some of these walls. Oh, he's going around it. But there's no collision on those walls on the left. And this one here you can walk through and drop down.
Yeah.
And basically he's walking in a specific direction to drop in a certain location so that he knows exactly where the first king will spawn.
Yeah, you can
And
also
he'll drop
see
the leather armor here.
the light up. Oh yeah, the leather armor is quite important actually.
Yeah.
So
Because there's no landmarks in the abyss. You can't see where anything is relative to anything else. So by dropping an item, you sort of get a gist of where you jumped in initially. And so once you've defeated the first king, you know where the second one will spawn.
Yeah, the second one will always spawn right next to where you jump down.
Yeah.
So he can just walk back to his leather armor, maybe pick it up again. I'm not sure if he wants to. Apparently not. And yeah,
He doesn't need it.
not really.
And Bolt here, being extra cautious with the hidden body and soul spear, it's going to take out the crystal golem there, which is part of the steps necessary to access the DLC, because it drops the broken pendant, which is necessary to enter.
Yeah. Also, usually you have to fight 4 kings, but
Yeah.
Alibaba
need to.
deals so much damage. He actually deals damage to the life bar you saw at the bottom after the kings died. So you can, the hitbox of the kings still remains after they die, and you can deal damage to the bottom health. That wasn't really a good explanation.
Yeah, well, the gist of it, I'll just re-explain, just reiterate that as one of the kings dies, their hitbox remains, and you can sort of get some attacks in while they're dying. And so because of that, you can deal extra damage as you killed the first one, and that extra damage makes up for an extra king. So you can take out 2 of 1. Ooh,
Yeah.
Bolt going for the jump there, and he makes it.
I think there's also a possibility to do a plunge in that place, but I'm not really sure where.
It is very difficult. I've tried to pull off the plunge there, and there's a sort of consistent setup. Actually, with full control, there's a somewhat consistent setup where you walk onto the ladder and then you just edge your way forwards very slowly and do a plunge, and you'll sort of land on like a platform below, but then you'll fall off. And because of that landing, you sort of just survive because of the plunge.
Yeah. Alright.
So Bolt heading down to the Crystal Cave now, off to fight Seath.
I
Let's see
think
if he
it's
goes for the
interesting.
drop to the left. Oh, he's going to the right,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, not utilizing that. Maybe he will do the
Manly
he will
drop?
do the manly drop. Oh man.
Ooh, manly drop.
Indeed.
So this is the, quote, manly drop. which is not really that manly in the grand scheme of things.
It's just slightly faster and a bit more risky because if you're not precisely walking where you have to, you just die because of fall damage.
Yeah.
So, yeah. One of those things that saves 2 seconds, and if you fail it, it's just not good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of these things in Dark Souls, apparently.
There's a lot. There's just so many of these like skips you can do. It's easy just to fill your run with these risky strategies so that you never finish a run ever.
Yeah. I think it's just a lot of things they do in this race. They do for fun, or I don't know. Also, Bo, because he plays online, he has these cursed statues in his Thief fight.
Yeah, and that's like other players who have died to Thief.
Yeah, Thief has a mechanic as the only boss in the game, where his attacks not only deal damage, they also build up. That's the word. Build up a curse meter, which is like a bar in the middle of your screen, and once that fills up completely, you are cursed and instantly die and leave your body as a statue in his fight for other people to see.
Yeah, it's a very cool little mechanic. And also, your health is halved when you're cursed.
Yeah, it's a cool little mechanic if you know how to evade it. It's not really cool if you first encounter it and don't do Duke skip and
Yeah.
half heaven or in Duke's prison and everything is awful.
Yeah. Duke skip is quite a save for speedrunners. It's a bit precise, but it's just a gravity skip, and it's quite consistent once you get it right. And it means you don't have to die to the fake Thief fight.
Indeed.
So let's see if Alibaba goes for the jump to the left. So Bolt went to the right at the bottom of the cave here, doing the manly drop. But there's another one you can do with a full quit out where you land on the invisible platform. See if he does it.
No.
No, he doesn't. Okay.
I think it was estimated or timed that in RTA it doesn't save any time, so no one is going for it.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, I think in-game time it only saves like 6 or 7 or 8 seconds, and every quit out takes 7 seconds already or something, and so no one is going for it.
Also, with Alibaba here, he did it. He needed to get RTSR, the Red Tearstone Ring, online, and so he had extra incentive to do the drop there.
Yeah.
So Bolt, he's now in the DLC.
He rests there for safety measures because Guardian can be... He's also very RNG dependent, which, for example, Brute experienced in his first race.
Yeah, so the Sanctuary Guardian, it's very quick and doesn't have much health.
Yeah.
So you can take him out quite quickly, but he can take you out kind of quickly too, so you gotta be careful.
Yeah. Oh, that was a very close roll from Bolt.
Yeah,
geez.
jeez.
Oh, he got poisoned by the tail attack.
Oh. Yeah, that's the swing.
Oh, and he killed him. He most likely will sit down at the bonfire after the boss fight, so poison isn't that much of an issue. Alibaba actually failing the move swap and quitting out for safety reasons. Oh man. Okay, so now he will have an awkward fight.
Quitting out here is actually quite weird because you got to take out the crystal again, I believe.
Yeah, you have to. I hope he knows this. Wait, you actually don't have to. Interesting.
Oh.
I thought you had
to.
Oh,
I think it's... Huh.
Today I learned.
Okay. Guess I was just wrong.
Yeah. Well, Alibaba proving a point here and killing Thief off quite quickly. Now he can go for Butterfly. Yeah. And Bolt making his way... Where is he going?
He's going to the left. This is quite unusual. I assume he's going to do the Royal Wood skip. Normally when you do that, you go to the right, because the pathing works out better, so that you don't aggro any of the mobs around the place.
Maybe he plans to quit out anyways and thinks that the gardeners that welcome you if you go on the right side.
Yeah.
Maybe this is faster for his strategy? I'm not sure. I mean, he most likely should be fine. Also, he's using the Stennis setup of this.
Oh yeah, the Stennis setup, the consistent one, which everyone loves.
Yeah. But he got it first try, so Stennis was right once again.
Oh. Sending up the elevator, smart.
Yeah.
So if he does die to Artorias, he doesn't need to do that skip again.
Also, he has to quit out here because if you have 4 control or hidden body active, you can't actually use. Oh, he's going for the early calamity trigger. Okay, so if you have 4 control active, you can't actually.
Oh no, he's not.
Cast. What is he doing?
He just did that to get the red tier stone ring online.
But why did he cast hidden body? Debated.
That's a good question. I think he just was extra cautious of the dogs. Maybe he just hasn't done that setup very much. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure the dogs will not aggro on you when you do that.
Yeah. I mean, I was about to say that usually if you have 4 control in that case, you have to quit out because you can't use a green blossom if you have 4 control active, which is only true for melee routes. Yeah, I'm not sure. But as you can see, it deals massive amounts of damage.
Oh yeah, it's pretty good.
And I think next Soul Spear might kill Artorias.
Oh, almost.
Yeah, almost.
Ah, there's a dodge.
Slightly over 1000 damage. Artorias doesn't want any of this.
Look at this, Artorias dodging.
Artorias Bolt also moving his shield in frustration.
There we go. Artorias possessed by the soul of Miyazaki there for a moment.
Yeah. Alright, so Alibaba made quick work of the butterfly. I think during his fight he wanted to heal with an Estus, because he got hit by the magic and accidentally used his soul.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I'm not sure if that was on purpose or if he just... I mean, he survived and now he's onwards to Sanctuary Guardian.
And he's not taking the bonfire. He's more confident. He's going to have a bit of a... Probably a harder fight, maybe? Because he's going to do it with RTSR, so he can't take any hits.
Maybe he also has the feeling that he has to catch up. I'm not sure how much. Alibaba died and Bolt had a pretty smooth run so far. I mean, he died to ONS twice. Not sure if Alibaba forgot that already. But
true, although I do think that Alibaba is doing a faster round.
This is true, but I think all the 4 control things... I'm not sure. His boss fights are really fast and much
It's
safer.
hard to tell who's ahead, to be honest.
Yeah. As of right now, it definitely is. Bolt killed 4 kings. Wait, no. Bolt actually didn't kill 4 kings, did he?
No, not yet, not yet.
Alright, so
yeah.
That's a big part. 4 king segment is probably 3.5 minutes long easily. So
yeah.
I feel like Alibaba is slightly ahead.
Probably. I'd say so. So Bolt, he's picked up the crest key, is it? Yeah. Which allows you to get to Hawkeye Golf. And what he does is he shoots down Calamite for you, if you've seen him, which makes it so the boss fight is practically doable. And he's heading down the Hell Bridge now, Bolt is, as they call it. It's a lot less hellish when you got Hidden Body on.
Definitely, but those 2 sorcerers at the end of the bridge and I believe 4 melee enemies, something like that. If you don't have Hidden Body, they're
very tough.
Giving you a ride for your life. It's not an easy thing to do. Also, I think Bolt didn't trigger Calamite yet. I don't
think he did. He's going to have to do that after.
I usually see this being done after Artorias because most of... Like the current fastest route has a melee Artorias fight and still has Green Blossom active. So running there is somewhat faster. Oh man, okay. Alibaba also going for the standard setup, not sending the elevator back up. If he dies now, he definitely has an issue. Let's hope he doesn't die here. I mean,
hopefully his confidence pays off.
Yeah, he's a good runner, I would say. But also Bolt going for Dark Beat, which is... I'm not sure if it's the strongest spell in the game, but definitely
I think
one of the stronger.
In this in terms of the raw damage, I think it might be.
Yeah.
The Dark Bead sends out a series of beads in a horizontal swipe in front of you. But if you're standing right next to the target, all of them just hit the target. And it deals a lot of damage.
Definitely. Oh, Alibaba making quick work of Artorias.
Yeah.
Very respectable fight.
Very
Nicely
good.
done.
It's going well for him.
Indeed. He
No
surely
Foggate
has
skip here
practiced
from
a lot.
Bolt.
Yeah, going the more standard route. Alibaba will most likely do it if I remember correctly.
Okay, that'll be good to see.
I'm pretty sure he will. Also getting 38 intelligence there. I think 37 is needed, maybe 38, to one-hit the sorcerer before Darkbeat, which you usually kill. I wasn't aware of that until recently. And Bolt fighting Vanos, one of the bosses that has so much health and is probably easier to fight with melee.
Ooh.
Oh, going for the double kill.
Hold
That
up. Is he gonna make it? I think he will.
Yeah,
He got
think
it.
so too. Yeah, he got the Soul of Madness.
Even though Bolt died there, it's still registered as the boss dying, and so because of that, he doesn't need to go back. That's Mana's done. Although he does lose a lot of souls, but not that it matters because he's already got all the souls he ever needs from his quantity storage he did earlier.
Yeah, indeed.
So here we go, Alibaba heading down to trigger the Calamite interaction.
Yeah.
And he's going to attune the Dark Bead now because he's picked it up, and that's going to help him for the rest of the run.
Sadly, no possibility to quantity storage Darkbeat. Would be interesting,
Yeah,
but
that would be quite good.
I don't think he will miss having more than 3 or 6 or 9, depending on what setup he uses Darkbeats.
Yeah.
Wait, no, he can't have 3, can he?
3?
Well,
It'd be 3, wouldn't it?
usually there are 6 casts of Darkbeat, right?
Yeah, but he... Oh, I thought he had something that halves it. He didn't pick up the Crystal Catalyst.
Yeah, exactly. That was what I was thinking of.
If he's just using the Sorcerer's Catalyst, then yeah, he has 6.
Yeah. Alright. Alibaba making his way to Manus, Bolt triggering Calamite now. This will be interesting because it feels like they're very close to each other in terms of time. I still believe that Alibaba is slightly in the front, but I feel like a magic fight at Calamite is probably slightly faster than the male Draker fight. Dragontooth plus 5 only needs 3 running attacks for Calamite with RTSR, so quality route there.
Yeah, so he threw a Lloyd's Talisman at the Mimic there. It's faster than having to kill the Mimic and wait for it to die. Just make it open up and take the loot out. Which is, of course, the Crest Key, which lets you get to Hawkeye Goth, where Bolt is now hitting. So you'll see him open the door with that. There we go, use the Crest Key.
Yeah.
And the cinematic that happens here, unfortunately, needs to be skipped. I'm sure if you've played this, you remember it was a pretty cool cinematic where Hawkeye Goth reaches for his bow, shoots down Calamite, and he goes, "Haha, dragon slaying, knighthood's highest calling."
Indeed.
And it's a good little bit.
Pretty much on point. Nice. I'm still somewhat sad about the fact that we don't have any sound from either runner because that makes it
we're
impossible.
sort of in the dark here, but we got the visuals. That's the most important.
Yeah. Somewhat sad because we can't hear, for example, if someone goes for the Nico trigger.
Ah.
But I'm not sure. I mean, Bolt can probably do it. Alibaba would have to switch the Capra and Gaping segment with the Nico segment. He would have to do Capra and Gaping first and then go for Nito. And he can't
Oh, okay. That seems
Nito.
really out of the way.
Yeah. That's
not
not
gonna
really
happen.
feasible for him. In Dragontooth plus 5, you can just go for the Nico trigger on your way to Stray Demon, so it's nice.
Yeah, so here we go. Bolt is gonna fight Calamite. And Calamite, he's a scary boss. He's a big dragon. It's what can you say about it?
He has dark fire breath, not like red fire breath. He has dark fire breath, like a dark yellowish, and he also jumps at you and.
It's because black flame, edgy black flame.
Indeed.
And that's a good attack to get there.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad we don't have sound right now because he rolled right into that.
Yeah,
that's unfortunate.
He got a bit greedy there. He was hoping to just run forwards in time so that he can avoid that attack. Because if you get close enough to him, that won't actually hit you. But he was in the range where it did, so it's unfortunate.
Yeah. He had the lock on still, so if he wouldn't have had that, he could have probably rolled to the right or something like that. Also, I'm not sure if Alibaba took the bonfire. I hope he did, because Manos is a really scary fight, at least for me.
I didn't take note, but I kind of feel like he didn't.
Yeah, I mean, he killed him, so he's good to go.
He hasn't been taking many safety bonfires. He's been pretty confident. He's just been going for it, really. And it's been going well for him, to be honest.
Indeed, it has.
Oh, he did take it. He did take the bonfire, so
okay.
He's not a complete madman.
The mad Welsh lad. Yeah. I'm somewhat happy to see that because, I mean, he's doing very impressive work here still. Bolt is still also really consistent, but he died a couple of times to ONS and then Calamite now, which definitely is fine. He has a good run, but Alibaba's definitely more impressive for me because he also does the more difficult route.
Yeah, and it's also a faster route. Male Draker not long ago was the fastest route until ESM happened and Sordal came. Oh,
you mean
okay? He dodged that. Oh no, he didn't. Okay.
How did he forget that it has a second part? Like he completely ignored that something could happen and just started casting.
I feel like that's the kind of thing where your muscle memory kicks in, but it's wrong, and there's the instant regret.
Yeah, he was like, press R1, see your animation start, and like, well, damn it.
Why did I do that?
That's just not good. Alright, so both on their way to Calamite now.
Yeah, they just happened to align because of that. Bolt playing it nice, waiting for Alibaba to catch up to the same area. Even though Alibaba is technically quite, I think, firmly ahead at this point.
I would say so too, yeah. Bolt having a couple of deaths. Alibaba already having killed 4 kings. And I'm not sure if Bolt has visited the Stray Demon area. I don't think so. So that's probably a good 6 minutes lead now for Alibaba. Probably
yes, true.
a bit more. I mean, what do you expect from 2 deaths to Calamite and then 2 deaths to ONS? Just time loss bound to happen.
Yeah, Alibaba's doing quite well. I'm hoping Bolt can manage to do Calamite this time. It'd be nice to see him progress. I know it can be quite frustrating when you die to the same boss a few times in a row. And that lack of progress can really just sort of get you tilted and just not play your best. So hopefully, for his sake, he can manage to take him out this time.
Oh, that was a very close roll for Bolt.
Yeah.
Alibaba playing it somewhat safe, waiting, and now attempting the AI loop. Think he might have gotten it. Nice.
Wow.
So, okay, there's the thing with Calamite, by the way, instantly dead. What it feels like. Oh, okay, he messed it up now, sadly. Okay, Bolt has passed Calamite. What I wanted to say was Calamite can get into an AI loop if you walk right next to his right legs, I would say, and running attack his... Well, on his side...
Back legs?
Yeah, his back legs, yeah, let's put it that way. And he can just turn around very slowly every now and then. And you can just walk on his side and attack him over and over again. Which is not the fastest strategy, but pretty much the safest, I would say. If you manage to get it.
Yeah, if you can pull it off, it's quite comfy. But Bolt here, he's about to I believe, now go for the 4 kings, and he kind of messed up the red tier stone setup. I get that might have been his intention there. Usually you do some back steps there, but that worked.
That was a very interesting one. I never saw that.
Yeah, I'd never seen that before.
That was probably almost as good as Set Booster's improvised Calamity Ring Adisa setup for 4 kings.
But it's not even improvised, like he did it twice.
True.
That was his intentional setup using the ghosts.
Very true.
Yeah, very interesting stuff.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to see 1 king. As we said earlier, I think
most likely.
He's gotten 45 dexterity, check. He's got Crown of Dusk, check. Red Tear Stone, check. Dark Bee. That seems like all the combinations required.
Indeed. 99 intelligence, check.
99 intelligence. He's got 1,000,000 IQ.
Yeah, he's probably the smartest runner in the world right now.
Definitely. And this should be quite satisfying to see.
Indeed. Yeah, if you ever had troubles with 4 kings, Magic Route 4 kings is... It's nice to see. Nice
now
to
he
see
is
them
dropping
destroyed.
leather armor. That seems to imply that... I guess it's just safety maybe, just in case he doesn't take him out in one go.
Yeah. I think he just sets it up with Soul Spears and then... I'm not sure how this works for him.
Yeah.
Just 2 Soul Spears and then probably...
Oh,
2
I see.
Dark Boots.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Yeah, and now it begins. Oh, he missed. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, probably the backup leather cloth there.
Yeah. But that would have worked. That was very close to working.
Alibaba having to deal with a lot of bone wheel skeletons.
Oh, I totally missed it. Did he do the plunge?
I actually didn't look at that moment. I just saw him having issues with the bone wheel skeletons.
I'm assuming he didn't, because he's got ball control. It's probably just safer to put out.
Yeah. I mean, it was a good decision at that point.
Here comes Pinwheel. Memes, memes, memes. Not a real boss, etc., etc. Move on.
Yeah, just 1 shot in every route. Alright, let's go. Casting foil control there. I'm not even sure if it's needed. Wait. I mean, not a bad thing, I guess. Actually, foil control. I didn't know that. Foil control gives you a slight increased stamina regeneration.
What, really?
Yeah, just very slightly.
I had no idea.
Yeah, I didn't know it until like 3 months ago or something. You can notice that if you don't wear the Grass Crest Shield and cast Foil Control, you have the stamina buff icon under your stamina bar. Very interesting.
Wow.
I'm not sure
fog
if
gate skip. Shaking my head.
Yeah. Shaking my SMH to be...
Shaking my SMH.
Right. Let's see if
That's alright.
Bolt goes for the plunge. I think I saw so many that I would...
I'm really hoping he goes for it.
It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, it's
he
just a
still has the Catalyst, yeah. Catalyst, by the way, in chat somewhere.
Shout out.
Yeah.
So the bone wheels here, they can be a bit of a problem.
Indeed, they can be very scary. Because
and while you're running, they get counterattacks too.
Yeah, and they can stagger you very fast, and they have unlimited stamina, and just grind into you until you're dead, pretty much. So.
Yeah, they can just sort of stun lock you and just you're done.
Yeah, especially if you, like you always do in speedruns, you don't wear armor at all, really. So you don't have any poise. Otherwise, you could probably tank 1 or 2 hits and then dodge to the side. Now you have to be very careful. But easily managing to get past them, killing Pinwheel as Alibaba did before. Alibaba now doing RTSR Nito with his body.
Okay.
Oh god, what a close
you can
call.
do that, that works. That is consistent.
Yeah.
But that's
And he got
scary.
another scream. Wow. Yeah, I think he healed there because he wasn't able to see Nito's attack. So he had to heal there and barely survived. That was...
And it's done.
That's a clutch
Bolt
move. He
takes
even
the
equipped
bolt
the armor. Bolt going for the
Yeah,
second
like...
bumper, indeed.
Oh, scary stuff. Spooky stuff.
Yeah, but Alibaba really has this run down, I would say. He managed to react to everything that was thrown at him until
Yeah,
now.
this is looking like a really solid run, to be honest.
Indeed. Then again, now comes low on the Berg skip again. I hope he gets it first try again, because
Yep, I
otherwise
reckon he's practiced up.
It would be
I reckon I
really
got confidence.
unfortunate. Indeed, he can do it. Let me just drink a glass of water.
Sure thing. So, Capra Demon, it's one of my favorite fights in the Male Draker. Because you just get your Dark Beat out, you do a single hit while he tries to attack you, and then you quit out, and it all happens so quickly. You'll see what I mean. It's it just is very satisfying. I don't know why. I just like it.
I mean, for every casual playthrough you made of this game, Capra was most likely a very dangerous boss, even if you had a proper weapon. But now you can see just a one shot, just like Pinwheel, quit out,
Yeah.
move to the right, and you're good to go.
Yeah. And let's see if he goes for RTSR or Red Tearstone Ring on the Gaping Dragon.
Yeah.
It looks like he's doing it. He's not healing up so far. I think with his current health... Oh, he is healing up there. Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think he has a bit too much health actually for RTSR there. Also Bolt going for RTSR Nito as well.
Yeah.
Didn't get any Scream, so having much better RNG.
That's nice.
4 Soul Spears is just enough for Nito.
That's a very nice fight.
Can warp away soonish.
I mean, I gotta say, Bolt is also doing quite well, considering.
Yeah, he had a couple of deaths, sure, but he's still performing quite consistently.
Yeah, he's pretty consistent, to be honest. And so, where does Bolt head now? Is he gonna do Stray Demon?
I would think so. He has the Ice Left segment left, so he might go for that.
True.
But no, I think... Wait, Fall Control, why? So I guess he's going for Stray Demon now?
Yeah, he's definitely going for Stray Demon here. So Alibaba not going for Red Tearstone Ring on the Gaping Dragon.
Wow, that was a close call. He almost got staggered and then ran over.
I did see that. That was pretty close. But he missed. The channeler missed.
Yeah. I think Alibaba actually moved forwards as he heard the magic attack coming his way. You can very clearly hear the attack of the channeler, so maybe he went with that. Bolt taking it very safe around that corner because you can happen to fall off there.
And you get to chill little time here, pretending to be an egg.
Yeah.
Which is, of course, how you get back to a silence and fight the Stray Demon.
Yeah, it's completely logical that the Raven will pick you up once you act like an egg in a nest.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the Raven transports its eggs between its 2 nests regularly. Like, I don't know. Just don't think about it, right?
Law, by the way.
Law. That's all you need to know.
Alibaba making his way to New London Ruins a second time, now to do the Blighttown skip, which we
And this is what we talked about at the very start. It's a bit of a tricky skip, and it's very precise. And it looks very cool when it happens. And it's a combination of a few things. So you do the seal skip here to start off with. You do similar pathing, but not quite to what you do in the Four Kings. You go off in a different direction. And then at some point, the collision on the ground stops. And you're above where Quailag's domain is. And from that, you can do full control and do one of those full control quit outs we've seen to land directly into Quailag's domain. And it's a bit more tricky than normal too, because when you enter a new area, the big text that comes on the screen saying Quailag's domain or whatever actually pulls you out of the menu if you're hovering over the yes on the quit out. So you need to be hovering on the quit itself, select quit, and then move and select yes, all during the fall.
Yeah,
You'll see what I mean if you didn't quite get that, but it's tricky. You got to jump in the right location so you land in the right place, quit out at the right time. But it's quite a cool skip.
Very precise. You have probably not even half a second to actually press the quit out and then go to yes and then quit out.
Yeah, so you'll see here he goes, opening, he's not entering the quit out yet, and now he goes.
Oh, Oh, wait, he actually managed to do that, but his PC
I'm
is
not
so
sure what
slow
happened
that
there.
he actually managed to do it.
He made it.
Fine. Yeah. But the text
Nice.
just took so long to load because his
Yeah, yeah, it
PC
was
is
all
so
grey.
slow. Okay, so he's fine, but his PC is just very slow.
Yeah, apparently.
Alright,
This should be a quick fight.
I actually want to mention that Bolt actually managed to kill Stray Demon in 2 Darkbeat casts. That guy has probably like 4,500, 5,000 health or something like that. And Bolt healed over 6,000 easily.
It's
So,
honestly pretty insane.
You can see how much damage Darkbeat and the Bellowing Dragon Crest Ring and the Dusk Crown and 99 Intelligence do.
Yep. It all adds up.
Yeah, most
Let's
definitely.
see how fast he takes out Gaping Dragon.
I mean, he doesn't have RTSR, so I'm assuming 2 casts. I don't think he will be able to do it in 1 cast without RTSR. I doubt he will.
Rat.
He actually missed the rat with Darkbeat.
Oh, okay.
And he got poisoned, oh man. He could go for
wow.
RTSR now, I guess.
Well, could he? Can he take damage on like a full? Yeah, not really.
I mean, if he waits a bit.
Yeah, just wait 2 minutes, you'll be fine.
Nah,
yeah, he's gonna heal up.
Yeah, never mind then. Alright, Alibaba going for a Ceaseless Discharge now. I still think that name is very weird. Oh, Bolt actually...
Ooh! Look at that!
Getting that RTSR setup? And he's
Jeez.
poisoned, he can't... Bolt, no!
Oh
I
my.
mean, it doesn't matter, but that was a really close call.
That was an interesting fight there.
That could have
ended
ended
the Death Warp.
Very bad. Yeah, Death Warp actually being much slower here. Probably costing him almost 10 seconds there. But yeah. He wanted to use the Homeward Bone or the Dark Sign or whatever, but it just didn't work.
Yeah. It's because of the death quit him out of that menu and the poison killed him.
Yeah.
And I think now we're going to see, unless he does Ceaseless first, we might see the Fire Sage Elevator Plunge.
I think he does Ceaseless first.
He does Ceaseless first. So we're going to see it from Alibaba next. I think that's his, yeah.
Yeah.
So Bones back, taking out Ceaseless Discharge. And now we're going to head up to the elevator, which you get after you've beat the Demon Fire Sage. Now, the elevator is part of the Demon Ruin map, whilst the rest of the area there is part of the Quelaag's Domain map. And so what happens is one part loads in a little slower than the other, and so every time you quit out, you move a little further back, and also the elevator loads in slower. So you slowly, through quitting out a bunch of times, fall through the floor here. And then you think, well, then you just die, right? Well, actually, it's just really convenient because the Fire Sage is directly below you, and you can plunge attack it. And plunge attacks, of course, do not deal full damage to you. And then the Demon Fire Sage has no AI, so you can just take him out really quickly, no problem. So there you see it there.
Yeah. Just doing a casual R1, and then 2 Darkbeat casts, I believe. Oh, 3 actually, okay.
3.
Alright. Well. Close enough, I guess. Yeah.
And now off to Centipede.
2 casts for Ceaseless, for both of them. And Bolt is actually... It looks like he's neck and neck, but he still has to kill Priscilla, and... I'm not sure if he killed Gwendolyn. I don't think so. He didn't.
I don't think he killed Gwendolyn.
Yeah, so he has to do Dark Arnolondo. But other than that, he's pretty close to Alibaba. I mean, it's 5
Alibaba's
minutes.
on the home stretch. He's basically just got. Oh no! You got a bit stuck there. That's
Blocked by the road.
Yeah, it's a bit of a meme, but that's alright. So he's just got Centipede, Bed of Chaos, and then Gwen.
Yeah. Very solid run so far. And as you said, he's pretty much on like the few last minutes of the run.
Yeah.
Oh, not really hitting him there. Having to go for a 3rd cast. I mean, he managed to kill him, but that was quite close. using double humanity there, rolling, and then equipping the newly found ring that reduces lava damage.
Yeah. And now Bolt's going to try his hand at the same fight. He's going to take the bonfire, just for safety. So why not? And also, so is Alibaba. He's going to take the bonfire here.
Yeah, Bed of Chaos ruined more than one race. So definitely understandable to take this safety measure there. Because
yeah, he's so close now.
Unlike Manus, Bed of Chaos, I don't know. I think with practice you can actually get really good at Manus, but if Bed of Chaos hates you, you're just done.
Yeah, because Bed of Chaos, I mean, obviously, okay, so in the speedrun, Bed of Chaos is made a lot easier because we have Toki bombs. And what you do is you position yourself, use your bow, and you throw 2 fire bombs on either side, taking out the 2 sort of pinnacle points, which allow you to roll through the center and take out the bug in the middle. So obviously, just throwing the bombs is a lot easier than running around like you normally have to. But there still is the problem of the firestorms, which you can cast. And these Chaos Firestorms can just hit you and just sort of take you out, so gotta be careful.
Yeah, if you're unlucky and get a double hit, you, at the amount of vitality both of them have, you're pretty much dead. You can survive 1 hit from the Firestorm, but if you for some reason get a double hit, which is very rare but can happen, you are dead.
Yeah.
Also, yeah,
that's true.
Bolt using a texture mod for the lava.
Yeah, let's say that. Because like the lava is infamous. It's a lot of people hate it. It's very blinding and bright and difficult to look at. And so this mod exists, which it doesn't affect the game. It's just a texture mod, so it's allowed. Where it just makes the lava look more bearable to the eyes.
Yeah.
And here we go. Bed of Chaos for Alibaba.
Not sure. Okay, he set up. Alright. He set up the bow. I was about to ask if he would do pink bombs, which is also a possibility if you just don't use the bow as a
just free aim
visual cue.
That's a bit risky.
I never did that. I always used the bow because I don't want to risk anything when it comes to this boss.
Yeah. It doesn't feel good dying to Bed of Chaos.
Oh, he's doing the second bomb first? Or like the left one?
Yeah, I did that too, actually. This do the left one first. It doesn't really matter. They're both pretty much as precise as each other. For the most part.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a firestorm.
He actually dodged it. Wow.
Yeah, he's
fine.
Very
nicely done.
Very nicely done. And Bolt's going to try his hand at the same thing.
Yeah. They're very close to each other right now.
They are very close.
Unlike Bolt, Alibaba can now make his way to win.
Yeah. It's been very interesting how the whole race, like, there's just been points where Alibaba and Bolt have been doing the same thing at the same time. Then they deviate and they come back together. Like, even at the end of the run here, they're both doing Bed of the Chaos at the same time. And that's pretty interesting. So yeah, here comes Gwyn, final boss. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. There's not too much that can go wrong. The Black Knights in the kiln can sort of do some quick attacks on you and catch you off guard. In this route, Gwyn is pretty straightforward. Just do a single parry and the Dark Beat is down.
Yeah. Both doing a somewhat different setup for Toki bombs there. He aimed into the middle part and then did a backstep. I'm not sure who else does that. Oh, he attempted the Dark Beat kill. Second try. Good enough.
But he got it.
Yeah.
So Alibaba, like RTSR set up there. This is looking really good. This is a good run. If you can finish this with no memes to remain, then that's a really solid run.
Definitely.
Now Bolt, he has to run all the way from the Anor Londo bonfire to the Dark Moon Tomb, which takes a bit of time. But he needs to get there to beat Gwendolyn and Priscilla. Yeah. And then I believe that's his last 2 bosses. And then he can do Gwyn as well.
Indeed, I think so too. Oh, wow. Is that actually an RTSR setup for him?
Is it?
The Madman.
No.
Maybe? Wait, where
No!
is
No!
What the Madman?
And he does
Right.
rafters again.
No, he doesn't. He uses fall control for the quitter right in front of the painting.
Oh, right,
I mean,
yeah, of course. Sorry,
he
my
does the beginning of the rafters, I guess.
bad. Yeah. He does a little bit of rafters.
Yeah. Just enough of the rafters.
And here we go, parry on Gwyn. Parry.
Yeah.
And
Well done.
Darkbeard.
The free
Well
hand
done.
parry, by the way. Didn't even use a shield. Alibaba
Very
too
nice.
manly. Yeah, a really good run. Very respectable. One of the few 125 runs.
Yeah, that's something to
this
really be
tournament.
proud of.
Yeah. Oh wow, 125.39 exactly. That's really nice.
And his in-game time, 1:18.25.
Alright, so how can we do
Very good.
like interview with Alibaba?
Yeah, we could ask Alibaba if he wants to join us here for a
What
quick
can he
interview
do?
while we watch Bolt finish.
Oh yeah, sure, he can just use that link that's in the Discord. Alright. Do you want to... I can just write him.
Okay, sure, you can go for it. So we got Bolt, he's heading through the Painted World now. On his way to kill Priscilla. Second to last boss, excluding Gwyn. And does he kill the dragon? I wonder how quickly he can do it with Darkbeard. I'd imagine it would be quite easy. That's one. That's just, yeah, it's just 2 hits.
I think if he would have run forward a bit more, then all of the beats would hit and then he would have died in 1 hit.
Oh yeah, something to note there is that you know how he like jump attacks the legs there. The legs are sort of just forced into a single lying down animation, and by jump attacking it, for some reason it just resets it to the idle animation, which is standing up, which you can just walk under his legs. So normally he blocks your path, but you can just do that.
Yeah.
And Priscilla, that's like a lot of damage from a single Soul Spear. By locking on at the right time, Bolt knows exactly where she is, and just takes her out just like that.
Right.
And to be fair, Bolt is not that far behind now. He's just got Gwendolyn and
definitely
Gwyn.
not. And he didn't get a moon glitch.
Yeah, no moon glitch.
Alright, just Gwendolyn and Gwyn left, as you said. Also a very respectable run. Low 130 time. Like 131 for example, or 132 at most, I would say.
It'll
I'm
probably
gonna
be like sub 130 in-game time.
Yeah, most likely, indeed. I will drag Alibaba in here, I guess. Is he ready? I'm not sure. He joined the Discord we're in, but...
Oh, he's there. Is it up to him to join?
I guess he's muted right now, so... Not sure if he
I guess
wants
he's just
to.
setting up. We'll be patient with him. Oh, there's a painted guardian there.
Oh man. That painted guardian is...
No, like,
Go
vacuum
in place.
backstabs. And Gwendolyn should be pretty quick.
Yeah. He's not... doesn't have RTSR, but I think it doesn't really matter with his kind of equipment and stats.
Yeah. So he's going to just run straight towards him. Hopefully he gets good attacks. Oh, that's not the good attack.
No, that's the soul mass. That's kind of scary. Now the arrows slightly too early.
Yeah, arrows are good. That's the big attack.
All right,
It's basically
Alibaba.
just 3 attacks, which Gwendolyn does.
Yeah, Alibaba only has 3 attacks. I mean, Gwendolyn only has 3 attacks.
Alibaba only has 3 attacks, yeah, that's correct. He's
Yeah,
got
great.
the Dark Bead, the Move Swap Dragon Tooth, and
I mean, those
Great
are pretty
call.
good attacks. Wait,
yeah, pretty good. Oh, is he here?
no, he left again.
Oh, okay. He was here for a second. Oh, join us soon enough. And here goes Bolt.
Weird. Okay.
So yeah, very nice run from Bolt as well.
Yeah, indeed.
Got a few deaths. There was ONS, he died a few times. Calamite, unfortunately. But for the most part, it's been pretty good for him. Oh,
Hello.
is he here? Hello! Oh,
Congratulations on your win.
congratulations. Really good run.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so exhausted.
Very impressive at times.
Man, that was it was quite impressive. So you didn't take many Peach strats. That was one thing we kept noting, that you were just sort of going for it quite confidently. And one thing to definitely point out is you did not fail lower undead Berg skip.
Yeah. The problem was I practiced it for like 20 minutes. And it was like 50%, so I was like, screw it, I'm just gonna see what happens. And I kind of peached it a bit by going a bit slower, but it did work at least.
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely. You should be happy with that.
Losing 2 seconds is nothing compared to losing 20, so
Yeah.
you made the right decision.
It's more like 35, I would say.
Oh,
I mean,
way too much.
the thing was, I was not going to take the Mana Bonfire, but then I got there and I was like, well, nah, I'm not going to do it this time. I'm going to take it.
Alright.
Same with the Centipede one.
Yeah.
So Bolt is almost
He's almost there.
finished. He's
He's
right at
so
the end,
close
basically.
now.
So we're gonna give him the last 20 seconds he needs, and then we can ask you some more questions. Probably also.
Yes.
Oh man, that Black Knight really.
Oh
wanted
yeah,
him.
the Black Knight can hit you through the fog gate. That's a possibility.
Did
just
he?
one
Did
shot
he?
to win there. No
One
problem.
hit Gwyn, easy.
Alright, nice. Yeah.
Spamming the
Right,
shield.
away.
He's happy.
Right. So Alibaba, you're advancing. Sadly in the losers bracket, but you're advancing to losers round 3, which is nice. And now you have the possibility to face either pink and orange and gold, or I fail 22.
Oh, this I failed 22 guy. I hear he's pretty good.
Wait.
It's kind of scary. How do you
Well,
feel?
Wait, what?
If you
Who
would've
am I going to be going up
gone
against? Oh,
Either
damn.
pink and orange and gold, or I fail 22. So.
Oh, damn. I mean, I'd rather go up against Ifail because he's got that cool accent.
Yeah.
Cool accent.
Pretty cool accent. Pretty hip
That
with
race, that race will, by the way, be in a bit more than 2 hours. Also, GG
Nice.
to Bold, very nicely done as well.
Yeah,
I'm not
very
sure.
nicely done. Like, honestly, it was such an interesting race to watch, because you're doing very different routes, but there were so many times where you both overlapped, and you both were at the same part at the same time. Even at Bed of Chaos, you were both there at the same time, even though you did different boss orders, which was interesting to see.
Yeah.
So, that run that just happened, what was the scariest part for you?
For me, probably, other than knowing the Berg skip, probably just like long segments, like the Seath and Better Chaos segment, where it's a long run back, probably.
Yeah.
I was
Understandable.
afraid I would die on those, but I didn't, luckily. What did Bolt die to, by the way?
He died to ONS a few times, as well as Calamite.
Yeah, I think he died to Onas and then Calamite both twice? Something like that.
Not
Yeah, was that
I
it?
died to.
I think if his run would have been deathless, he would have been quite close to yours. But, well, it wasn't, so...
Like, I mean, I died to like Sensegate skip and the Undead Dragon, which were just so mean.
very true. Yeah, you
Yeah.
did the Sunskate skip. That was unfortunate.
If I hadn't died to those, it probably would have been like a 115 something. Which would probably be a PB XD.
PB in a race, the dream.
Yeah. I mean,
So can we get Bolt in here? Is that a possibility?
Yeah, hold up. I'm gonna link him something.
Yeah, go for it. You shouldn't have done that in that chat.
Oh, dang. My mistake.
It's
Oh, God.
not really the best idea, to be honest.
Oh, at least Bolt's in the thing now. Oh god.
Yeah. Why did you not send him, like, why?
I wasn't thinking.
Bolt! How's it going?
He's yeah.
I'm bored. you both apparently got a link automatically when the race starts. All right. Hi, Bolt. We can't hear you.
Yeah? Bolt!
Bolt, where are you?
I'm right here. Can you guys hear me?
All right.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Nice.
Congratulations, dude. That was really good.
GG,
Thanks.
Bolt. It was a good race.
Wait, what? Was that a PB?
What was your IGT, Bolt?
125.56.
Oh, it's not that
Okay.
bad.
No, it was not a bad run at all. I just died twice to ONS and died twice to Calamite. It was just
I mean, that's better than what I died to. I died to Sensegate Skip and I died to the Undead Dragon.
I mean, Undead Dragon is not really
Yeah, Undead
something
Dragon's
to
right.
be ashamed of. SGS is unfortunate, but then again, it only loses like what, close to a minute.
yeah. The Calamite, the run back to Calamite is such a. It's problematic
It's long.
because you have too much time to think about what you did wrong, and
Yeah.
you're sulking the entire way back, and then you kind of rush the fight. That's what, at least for me, I rushed the second fight and he blasted me in the face.
I think my
Again.
DLC was quite decent, I think. Don't remember.
Yeah, it was. And that was a point where you didn't take many Peach bonfires. You just sort of went for it. I mean, you took the Manus one at the end, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty impressive.
Yeah, I had to take the Sanctuary bonfire because I got poisoned by Guardian.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, I just took every Peach. I'm not.
I mean,
I'm
that's reasonable. In a tournament, you can do that.
yeah. It's a little bit horrifying.
Yeah,
Especially
it is.
Beta Chaos, I was bunker shaking out of my boots.
Yeah, same. I even got a Firestorm as well, but I dodged it
Ooh.
somehow.
Yeah, that was
Nah.
scary.
Nah, I could have survived, but I got it and I was like, God damn it, why'd you do this to me? Because it can lose you time sometimes.
So what
Yeah.
was
So-
your IGT there, Alibaba? Because that 125.
We got a 118.25.
That's
Mm.
yeah, that's moving, dude. Marathon race? Damn.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was-
118.25 IGT.
yeah, definitely one of the
Yeah,
better runs,
speedy.
I would say.
I mean,
Not close to Brute's 119 that he
no,
got
I'm
for
gonna
whatever
beat-
reason.
I'm gonna beat Boots next time, don't worry.
But yeah, but honestly, your run was really
The trash
impressive.
talk is real.
I mean, yeah, it was good. That's actually the first sub-AD I've gotten in a race before. I didn't lose it. Didn't lose it in the kiln this time, boys.
Nice. You went a really strange path in the kiln as well.
I did the meme thing, because why not? The meme where you go. Don't actually know if it's faster or not, but for why not?
well,
not sure
did
either.
you run in online mode like I did, Alibaba?
You know?
Yeah, that was a bit weird.
Yeah, right when I ran out, I saw bloodstains on the ground. I was like, oh.
Oh, so
It's
you
like-
didn't know
and
that was
then
an
the
accident.
cursed statues and the thief boss fight.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
have. Yeah, and then I punched one at the end. Yeah, it's really strange to see all that stuff when you're running out there. I felt a couple hitches a few times, I guess, while it was loading online things, but it had been so long since I'd run in online mode or even played the game in online mode that I was like, I literally had a moment of panic where I was like, oh my god, can someone invade me? And then I forgot. And I was thinking, man, somebody's stream sniping, they're gonna invade, and it's gonna be hilarious. That'd be
Oh man, I'm
hilarious.
so glad that there's no point where you need to like go human in a speed run there,
Yeah.
because that would have been pretty bad.
100% by the way.
Yeah, I was
100%.
about to say, who was it that did the PvP run in?
Oh, that was
Oh,
Bubbles.
Bubbles.
It was Bubbles. Yeah.
Oh, that one was so funny though.
Oh gosh. Yeah. We could
All
have
right.
demonstrated that.
I mean,
Never laughed so much
congratulations
before.
again to Alibaba, and Bolt sadly eliminated out of the tournament. But I mean,
It's
it
alright.
was still a very decent run. Nothing.
I
to
reckon
be
you left
ashamed
with a
of.
bang. That was a really good
Please, I'm just gonna win the losers brackets, no problem.
Do it, Alibaba.
I
Come
mean,
on.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna,
The real competition is probably Husida coming up.
that one would be spooky.
Yes,
And then
so
after that, you can face, I don't know, either Dan Flash or Master, or I'm not sure. I don't want to make any predictions.
Don't make predictions.
Right.
see.
I'm
Thank
gonna
you
check
for
my-
running.
I need
I
to
would
check
like.
mine.
Thank you
Biased
both for running,
commentators.
and thank you, Speed Gaming, for hosting all of this, all of these
Yep.
shenanigans.
Yeah, and thanks for hosting, guys. I'm sure you did a great job.
Thank you.
And we'll be back in about 2 hours with another race between Pink and Orange and Gold and Eiffel 22.
And
Let's
we'll
see
see you
that.
then. And
Yeah.
good luck, I fail.
Yeah, good luck,
Thank you.
Dale.
Thank you.
So, GG Bolt.
Yeah, you too, man.
Yeah.
Talk to you guys
And
soon.
we'll see you all later.
So, bye.
Thank you.